That's perfect.
All right.
That's exactly what we needed. Work the whole area.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Drybonesgarage Garage. This episode's part of a series where my dad and I take a 63 Corvair and turn it into a hot rod. In this video, we pick up where we left off last summer and prepare the fiberglass deck lid mold for use. So I hope you all enjoy.
You like that, or do you want to just use the grinder?
Grinder?
Then use the grinder, kiddo. Use the tool that works best for you, okay?
Okay. I used the grinder because it was faster.
Huh? Look at what?
The line. My beautiful line.
You marked the line?
Yes, I kind of did. Is that fine?
Okay. Cool. Cool, cool.
So since there's still some dry patches up here still, as you can see, Dad said I should cut it down a little lower than I have it right now. I drew the top line and then he drew the line underneath. So yeah.
I think this is bonded better than I thought it was. This is bonded a lot better than I thought it did. I was worried this was going to blow off going down the road 70 miles an hour. I don't think that was going to happen. Let's just take this straight out. What are you looking at me for? Taking out the garbage. Okay, we can probably get away with 180 on this for now. This 320 isn't quite aggressive enough, I don't think. The body shop that I worked for was the only place I'd ever seen do this.
How apply fiberglass mold?
No. Do any kind of corrective sanding in circular motions.
Isn't that what the DA does?
Yep. That kind of blew your grandfather out of the water when he saw me doing that the first time. He's like, what are you doing? I'm doing my little circles. It's like, where did that come from? And I told him, the guy that owned the body shop wanted us to sand like this, and his theory is there are no solid straight lines cutting or gouging into the panel anywhere on the car.
Yeah.
You know, you're leaving no tracks behind that indicate that something has happened to that thing. Yeah, it kind of made sense. That said, we have the air now. I have the tools. We can use them. I'm really getting tempted to pull them out because I thought this was going to go quicker than it is.
Too bumpy. Too bumpy.
Yeah, there's more in there than I thought there would be. Now this time, I've actually got the gel coat. When we get this done and prepped, we're gonna gel coat this before we lay in the glass. I just really don't want to get into the glass fibers like I think we're starting to.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get into just, you know, correcting this mold, or we're gonna have to correct the mold fully and then prime it. Alright, I'm getting the DA out. I'm lazy. I have these tools. I want to use them. Granted, this pad looks like it's dry rotting. Sitting in a toolbox for 12 years hasn't helped it at all. I'm like a kid. And I've forgotten how to handle one of these. And it's so weird actually being able to use this thing again.
Do you like it?
Try it. It'll still buzz your hand a little bit, but it ain't nothing like those electric sanders.
I like the way it sounds. It sounds bassier, and it actually kind of harmonizes.
It's a lot more pleasant to use all the way around. Granted, it's louder than I remember it being. Maybe that's why I don't hear so well anymore.
The DA pad was falling apart while I was using it, so I decided to use the electric one instead.
Very close, kiddo. You know how to mix up the glass, right? You remember how I did that? Okay.
A little
Grab
bit.
a board, and I want you to mix it up this time, okay?
Smells like chemicals.
I love that smell. Who was it? Was it Oldsman? It's got to get ugly before it gets pretty? Or was it Vintage Iron?
I don't remember. A nice person.
Yeah. Well, most of the people I comment are nice.
Yeah, that's true. They got stiff.
Most stuff starts out pretty stiff.
It's the opposite of gluten bread. The bread gets more stiff as you knead it, or this stuff gets less stiff.
Ow.
How's churning butter going?
Painful.
Yeah.
My thumb don't like it.
Would you like me to do it instead?
No, you should be doing it.
And why are you doing it?
Because I'm too much of a papa and not enough of a teacher. Here, let me help you. You know, that's always been the pattern. I'll give you a job to do, and then I'll do 80% of it with you.
Yeah.
This one's beat to crap. Probably should get tossed here pretty soon. Keep it inside the bucket, kiddo.
I know.
What is that?
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
Oh, I got more as you just told me not.
Yeah, like I said, you're not sorry. You're sorry you're not sorry. It looks like it's pretty consistent. So now how are you going to clean the mess off the rim of that can? What you're going to do with this is you're going to fill those low spots along here. Okay? We're just going to glob it in because I expect once we straighten this out, we're going to cut right through the glass. That's why we're using the glass reinforced putty here. Okay? We don't care what it's going to look like. We don't have to sand the outside. But we do need this to at least be close to what we need, close to right, so we can get a reasonably decent looking piece. We don't have to, wow, starting to sound British, that we don't have to body work to the moon. That should be enough mud for you. So what's your next step?
Mix the blue and the gray. Mucky. And then like you squish it around.
You need to knead that.
For some reason.
Knead.
It needs to be awaken.
Needs to be awoke.
Yeah. It needs to be aware of cultural issues.
You want to use this one instead?
I wasted all my time.
I wasted all your time.
I'm not mixing it up fast enough for you.
You're not mixing it up, you're kind of flopping it around, so you remember how this goes? And yeah, this stuff, once the catalyst hits the putty,
it's a race.
The clock is ticking, yeah. Start filling these low spots on the back side here.
In here?
Wad them in, yep.
No.
But actually work the material in. No!
Oh.
What are you doing?
I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, on this side.
Oh.
That's fine, kiddo. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just needs to be solid enough to hold when we start cutting through this.
Does this look okay?
Yeah.
This is what you wanted me to do.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Alright.
That's exactly what we needed. And you'll see why here soon enough. We need to get rid of this, whatever this is. This is too much.
We don't need that.
Don't need all of that. Just need enough where we can...
Pellets the edge.
It's not perfection, but it's starting to make sense now. Can you finish lining this out?
You mean like...
Straighten that out. Like I said, it's not perfection, but you can see the direction we need to go in with it, right?
I think so.
Okay, I will leave that for you. Once you've got that lip kind of where you want it, blend it out, smooth it out, start working down finer and finer like you did with this. Okay, and then we'll start prepping this.
Oh, my arms.
This should be more than enough. I needed about 1/10 of what I made. Hey. Work the whole area. I see what you're fighting there. But that actually was kind of following the angle more faithfully than we were in here. This was actually drawn up against the body tighter. So we want to follow this. We don't want to take that out. Okay. Now what we did on the outside here was really kind of sloppy and lazy and quick, just because it was excess stuff that we had. We didn't really need to do this. Okay. But because we did it, now we're going to want to be cognizant of this, because we're probably going to have material laying over, right, when we actually lay up the piece. So for that reason, we're going to want to smooth this out a little bit and prep it to a degree, but we don't care how this is shaped. We just need it to be smooth and not really have anything on it that the part can grasp. Probably should just take a grinder to that. Trim it back. That's better. If you want to mess with that, I'm going to see if I can do something about this. I have a feeling we're going to need to actually put in another round. In fact, we might be ready right now. Let's let it warm up in here a bit for that. That looks like it should fill most of that. That's why.
That's why.
The thing was vibrating so bad it's actually making, I feel like my hand's been bee stung or something, itching like a mother.
If you're enjoying this so far, please make sure to click on the thumbs up button down below and subscribe to see more of this project in the future. What do I do? Do I fill it with more mud, or do I sand it?
Well, first things first, this needs to get knocked down. This is way...
Are we trying to create a flat shape?
Yeah. This is why I wanted to just kind of clean this up, make the mold and pop it out. It'd be easier to do this where it was staring you in the face rather than just kind of guessing.
Yeah.
I think that was the big mistake we made when we made that mold, is we left too much hanging off the backside. We should have trimmed that up a lot more.
This mold, or?
Yeah, this one. 90% of our time and effort's been focused right here, right? And then that corner was a little on the dry side.
Yeah.
Granted, it didn't really get into the mold bad.
Didn't you put some epoxy on it off camera?
Yep. This is going to be a problem. We're going to have to build this section of that deck lid up when we actually lay it out. Oh, I don't like this.
Look at you, fine fellow, wiping down this beautiful piece of art we have. Dad, what are you doing in all seriousness?
Picking nits.
What are you wiping it down with?
Paint thinner.
Oh, does that clean it? Or
Yep.
are we preparing it for the next step? For the...
Yep. Or as far as we're going to go on this. This gel coat.
Right, you.
Oh, that's more than I wanted. Okay. Get the gun down.
Too thick?
That ain't right. I think it's too thick. Okay. I thought that stuff looked like soup going in. Let's see what we can cut this with. We'll try this.
Is this just the test?
No, it is now. Don't seem to be having any weird reactions. Actually looks a lot better. Let's try this again. Now I feel like an idiot. I should have watched some other people using this stuff. They say this is what you use. They don't say how to use it. Why is that?
What's wrong?
I don't know, the gun was thoroughly cleaned. Here's the toolkit for this.
We later discovered that a little piece of his rag got caught in the gun when he cleaned it, preventing the gel coat from getting through.
Walking in a winter wonderland.
What?
Walking in a winter wonderland.
So you put some extra, is this Bondo or Marglass? What was this called again?
This is just some body filler.
So you put some extra body filler on it and you sanded it down? Mm-hmm. Any issues with that? Or?
All kinds of them. This stuff doesn't seem to be wanting to set up. I don't know what the deal is with that, but gummy, I don't know if it was just too cool last night or if I'm trying to push this stuff. It is what it is.
What have you done with this thing so far? It looks like you put it in primer since we've filmed it on camera.
Mudded some of the obvious stuff, worked that out, primed it, sanding it, or blocking it I should say. Once we get this knocked down a little bit farther, we're going to put another layer on. And hopefully that'll be the last one we need for blending and blocking. And from there it's prime it, paint it, and then start laying up your deck. This whole back ridge is problematic though. And even the laid up piece I expect is going to need a fair amount of work to make it right, or look right. Ooh, it ain't perfect, but I think we're getting awfully close to what we need. You want to crack that door? Every flaw that's left in that thing is jumping out now. For being a semi-half, that's really not terrible. I hit a point that it was like, the flaws that are remaining will be easier to take out in the piece than in the mold. So we're just throwing this down to kind of seal up that primer. We'll throw another coat down when this kind of settles in and starts tightening up a bit. Shoot that, let that set up, start taping that thing off and waxing it for the mold. If we can get this far, at least I think we'll be okay.
That's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed watching us. Happy late Thanksgiving, and I'll see you next week. Bye!
My wake-up juice, my liquid attitude adjustment.
I don't need that stuff. I'm built different.
Okay, special.